I'm Doug Smith. Welcome to this special edition of Portsmouth This Week. Today's the 4th of October, and we're here for the groundbreaking of the new Portsmouth Police Department facility, right behind the old police department. Back in September 2014, we did a special walkthrough edition of Portsmouth This Week, so you could see how inadequate the current spaces are for today's needs.
This is actually a police station, Doug.
Looks like a closet.
Okay. But this is a small, it's maybe 8 by 8. This is our lobby. Now, one of the issues we've talked about the building is people coming in here, whether they're going to make a police report here or if they're a witness to a crime, this is our only door for access. So oftentimes we'll have somebody here who's a witness to a crime. The person who committed the crime will be bailed out, will have to walk right through here. Now this is crowded as it is now, so it's a very, very small lobby area.
Yeah. So if for the public coming in here, so you walk in and turn left and talk to the dispatcher, I guess, who's like right in the middle of everything.
Yes. And there was only, like, the dispatcher Pat O'Neill, he's manning the front desk, he's also manning the radios, and he's answering the emergency lines, all at the same time.
So just trying to keep all the balls in the air.
Yes, and sometimes you may have somebody who's, say, intoxicated here, banging on this glass. You normally wouldn't have this set up here, where your dispatcher is right at the desk, but we simply have no other way to do it.
Yeah, this place is so tiny, at least you have no problem with anybody getting too comfortable out here in this lobby.
Yeah.
If that's what you want to call it. All right, so Chief?
So we're coming from our lobby, and this is our dispatch area. This is Pat O'Neill, who's our dispatcher.
Hi.
Pat's got a number of screens he's monitoring. He's also in communication with the cruisers that are out in the field, and any calls that come in from the public.
Okay, so this cell block, and basically what do you have, 2 cells?
Four cells.
Yeah. 2 on each side?
2 on each side. And again, this is the old swinging door system that they had in the 1800s. We still use it. Actually, this was a recent addition. When we just put this on this year. We have plexiglass. So obviously prevent someone from trying to hang themselves on the bars. We didn't even have that before. So this is obviously in a modern police station, you have electronic sliding doors. If there was ever a fire or we have to evacuate the station, and we do fill up every weekend, you have to come in here and physically open up every door with the old key to get people out. Wow. So it's just, the cell block is in need of renovation. And as part of the study that we talked about earlier and looking at the building, this is something we also have to consider is modernizing our cell block.
Now,
if a prisoner is coming into the building, Doug, this is our Sally Port area.
Okay, so people will come through and go right to here.
If you look at it here, when you have a cruiser in here, and I'm just going to open the door to the car. You've got usually 2 officers trying to take somebody out of the car here, and if, believe it or not, they're not always cooperative, Doug. So you're trying to get the person out. We can't even take them out on the other side. There's not enough room. Take them through here. This is our eye wash station. If we have to use, say, pepper spray, we have to bring him here now. 2 of us try to get him in here to the eye wash station to wash the person out. So it's very, very congested area. It'd usually be twice this size for a police station.
It's got to be pretty chaotic when you're bringing somebody in here that's struggling like that.
It's tough. The way the door is, everything is tough to get somebody through when if you have somebody on each side trying to take them in. It's tough.
Okay.
Park, and we'd be bringing the person through these doors into this area here.
Okay.
This is our booking area. It would take you to process you. You'd put your feet right on those footprints right there on the floor for you.
Okay.
We'd take a photo of you. And when you talk about a tight area, we're 2 of us in here with a prisoner in a small, very small room.
Yeah.
which
I
which is
hate
tough.
to see a computer keyboard right next to a sink too, but
Yeah, it's just, though this was a converted, everything's been converted at an
probably was an old closet or
When
something.
this, yes, and there was no computers in here when this is, it's set up like a small closet. We don't have a real roll call room like most police departments. We're too small, so that maybe an officer would be in here writing reports, but you have the harbor master doing his work and our animal control officer.
This is a combination of everything. Our mechanical room. It's also where our telephone communication equipment comes in from the outside world to the inside world. It's also our water, domestic water, hot water, our emergency radio communications. It's where we also store our patrol bags because we don't have adequate space in our locker room. So we had to add some cubby holes as well as our
Oh yeah, I see them on the side there.
our interdepartment memos in there. If we take a look around the corner, we'll see some of the equipment.
Okay.
So we have our camera system for the department, the exits in our security for the building, as well as our monitoring of our prisoners. All the cells have cameras in them. That's here. This is our phone system. Comes in here. This is how we send memos back and forth to each other,
Yeah.
and old snail mail. But this is also where the patrol guys keep their equipment that they have to take out on the road with them. A lot of it is mandated equipment from different patrol bags and all that good stuff.
So kind of a general purpose storage place here.
Yes, it's also where our power is supplied and our transfer switch for the
You guys have an
generator.
emergency generator, right?
Correct. HVAC systems in here.
Jeez, just about everything. And I guess what's interesting to me is you have all your electricity and all your communications coming
gets
into
better.
a place where your water heater is.
It gets better behind you.
Okay.
We have officers coming in here.
Picking up their gear?
12 cubby holes here on this side. They're grabbing gear. As you can see, the phone lines and everything's right there. Susceptible to damage inadvertently by grabbing your patrol gear when you're rushing out for an emergency call.
Yeah, you pull something out.
And yeah, now the phone systems are down.
Yeah.
If we come into this room, this is our police and fire radio system is housed here. It comes in through the antennas, and right behind it is the water heater, about a 120-gallon
Okay, so this is the police and fire?
police and fire
Radio system.
radio system, which is also the EMA system.
Okay.
It's all housed right here, right next to domestic hot water.
And I think
Part of the issues with having a building that's not made for today's work is, this is our interview room. It is also our female holding area. It is also our juvenile holding area. It's just everything is in this one room. So if you have people in here, you can't use it for the other functions. We don't have separate interview rooms or holding areas like a modern police station is. We don't have a real juvenile area. Many things are missing from the building. Our locker room, this was built for half the size police department. Half of these lockers were taken from the old high school. When the high school got new lockers, we took their old ones
I think I recognize them here.
just so we could stick them in here. And obviously the officers have no room for their equipment in these lockers.
Yeah.
So this is the new section, the new wing of the building. And it started because we hired a female police officer back in the early 90s, and we had no locker room. So they had to physically build an addition on this building to accommodate a female officer. They put just a couple of small lockers in it, and this is real tight in here.
Yeah.
But if we hire anybody else, we have 4 female employees, we're going to have to build a new area anyhow.
Talk about tight, I guess.
Going back here, Doug, this is our records area. Now we can't, obviously we can only keep like 1 year's records here. We've had to rent Connex trailers in back of the building.
Really?
To put there to hold the rest of our records and evidence. There's just simply no room here. This is actually Lieutenant Burns' office, but we don't have a separate computer room. So all the servers, all the equipment is stuffed into this office here.
Yeah.
So there's really, when I talk about no room, we've had to stick these right in the middle of the floor here because there's no place else to put them. Come on in, Doug, to the magic of TV.
Yeah.
This is our detective division.
Okay.
Obviously, all of our detectives are either in court or out in the field right now. This was the kitchen area. This has all been converted because we had to find proper space
So
for
I
our
guess
detectives.
you don't have a kitchen area.
We don't have a kitchen or a lunchroom. We had to take all this area, and again, we have 5 detectives back here. We had to get desks for them and put them here.
I know it's tough, but maybe as times improve and the economy improves, we'll be able to get something done here and get a much nicer place for you guys.
I would hope so. We have great offices here in Portsmouth, and as a town, I think it should reflect that the town respects our men and women of the Portsmouth Police Department and would give them a decent facility that they could work in, rather than the small
I would
conditions
certainly
now.
agree. Hey, listen, thanks so much for
thanks,
taking your
Doug.
time today.
Thank you very much.
Appreciate it.
Yep.
Look at it, you'll see what I mean about why we need a new facility. Last year, voters agreed to a bond of up to $10 million for the new facility. 59% of the people in Portsmouth voted for that. Planning for this development have been going on for the whole year, and today marks the actual beginning of the construction of this new building. We're going to show you the brief ceremony today, and we'll also talk to some of the key people involved in this project going forward.
Thank you everybody for coming out this morning. This is a very momentous occasion here in the town of Portsmouth. For the past 40 plus years, the police department has been working out of a police station that's been modified a couple of times that has suited their needs, but they have outgrown it. And now that we have 6 female officers and 7 female employees, it's time for a new police station just for them alone. Right now they change in a closet basically. We also need to make sure that we're protecting the people who are our guests for the evening, to make sure that we're meeting all the standards that are out there in the United States. We hope that this station will satisfy the needs of Portsmouth for the next 50 years. We know that it will come in under budget and on time, and that it'll serve the citizens of Portsmouth well. Other nice features of this, we're going to eventually have a combined communication stations where we'll be able to take the fire department and the police department and combine the dispatch into one station. That'll not only save the taxpayers money, but it'll also help provide more safety in the town by allowing us to put another officer on the street. So this is a huge occasion for Portsmouth. I'd like to thank the citizens of Portsmouth through their bond issue for approving this station. And I think everybody will be very proud with the product once it's done come September 1st next year. We all set to go? Alrighty. Anybody else want to say any words? Chief?
I'd just like to thank the voters, thank the people of Portsmouth for your support. We're looking forward to this new building.
And on behalf of Bentley Builders, I just want to thank everybody, and we're thrilled to be part of this project. I think we've got a great team we're working with here, and we just look forward to exceeding your expectations. I just wanted to thank everybody.
All right, here we go. And we're off.
Okay, we're here now with Keith Hamilton, the president of our town council and essentially the mayor of Portsmouth if we had one. Keith, this is an exciting day. I know you and the rest of the council members had a lot to do with getting this thing off and getting it started and funded. More importantly, I guess, is funding. How do you think this is going to help Portsmouth in the future?
Well, the biggest thing it's going to do in the long-term future, 3-4 years down the road, is put extra police officers on the street, keeping our town safer. It's going to provide a safer environment for our employees when they're bringing in prisoners. It's going to provide a safer environment for the prisoners, and it's going to provide a much more equitable environment for our female officers. Now that we're up to 6 female officers plus a female records clerk. So.
Yeah, it's essentially a major upgrade to our public safety complex here.
Absolutely.
So thank you very much for supporting this, and keep doing the good work in the council.
I appreciate it. Thank you.
Okay, thank you.
Thank
I'm here now with Rich Rayner, our town administrator. Rich, this is quite an exciting event on your watch here. So
Yeah, this has been a lot of work. We're trying to get this thing under budget. We've been working real hard with the architect, our owner's rep, and I think we made a good call in picking this contractor. He's willing to work with us. They're looking for value engineering savings, so this is really good for the town.
yeah, great. I appreciate personally the hard work of all your guys in the town hall at putting this thing together.
Yeah,
The referendum and everything else.
I mean, between the town clerk, the registrar, I don't think there's a department head that hasn't had their fingers in this pie over the last 2 years. And as you can see over here, that's going to be the home for the next 18 months, or a year actually. We'll get this thing done next September, and we'll all be looking at a nice brand new building.
Super. Well, I'll come down and we'll drink a toast and Coke or whatever they have
Absolutely.
here
All
to
right.
the success of the new building.
Looking forward to it.
Again, thanks so much for your part in this.
Thank you, Doug. Appreciate it very much.
Okay, now I've got my good friend Rich Stilipsky here. Rich is the Director of Business Development in Portsmouth. Rich, what have you had to do with this project?
Well, the town has a thing called the Building Committee, which is a group of town staff people that kind of oversee the project. Of course, we have an owner's project manager that takes care of all the specifications, but the town has got to approve everything that goes on. So what we do is make sure we come in under budget and on time, and we do things like value engineering to make sure that the people are getting the best bang for their buck, and we're building a really good Chevy or Ford instead of a Lamborghini or a Ferrari, and that's really our job, to watch the process, even though we have a lot of experts to help us out, the builder, the owner's project manager, and everything. We're the final authority on what gets approved and doesn't.
Yeah, so you're essentially part of the watchdog team that keeps track of all this.
Yeah, we are.
I think you guys have done a great job so far. Let's keep it going and until next year when we finally open this place.
I think we have a good team. We picked a good builder. We have a good architect, a good owner's project manager who is a key person that we call the clerk of the works, that really watches this project from a day-to-day basis. And I think we have a really good team.
Okay. Thanks very much, Rich.
Thanks for having me.
Okay, we're here with Chief Tom Lee, our Chief of Police in Portsmouth. Tom, what does this day finally, it's finally here. What does this mean to you guys in the police department?
We're very happy. We've been looking forward to this for the last 4 years. We've been planning this, and I can't believe today's the day we're actually breaking ground, Doug.
Yeah, no, it's very exciting, and I think everybody feels that here. You're going to continue to operate out of the old facility here. Do you anticipate any issues between that and the construction activity?
Well, they are going to leave us some room so we can access our rear sally port. That's a big thing for us, is to have prisoner access.
Sure.
So they're going to leave us a lane in the back. The big issue, believe it or not, will be parking, Doug. How do we get all our vehicles? We have 23 police vehicles, and then we have our workers, and especially during the daytime, we're going to have over 35, 40 cars here. So we're going to have to figure out a way to get all those cars, plus have all these workers, plus have all these construction vehicles. And this whole area here is all going to be fenced in, and we won't have any access to it. So that's going to be a challenge.
It's going to be a challenge. I think parking is a challenge just about anywhere in Rhode Island.
Yeah,
for sure.
it actually is, John.
Now, when do you actually expect to start moving into this facility?
If it should be the end of September.
Really, that soon?
That's soon, yes. But always, we're in Rhode Island. We have to remember the weather. We can get some harsh winters. So that's the only thing that could push our schedule a little bit back.
Okay, Tom, thanks very much for joining us today, and congratulations on this new acquisition, which I think will bring Portsmouth into the 21st century.
Oh, thanks, Doug. Thank you and the team for all their support.
Yeah, and thank your guys, too, for the great job that they do out there.
I will, Doug.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
Okay, we're here with Brian Peters, the Deputy Police Chief here in Portsmouth. Brian, what does this thing mean to you, this construction of this new facility?
This is a great time for us. Coming up through the ranks through this police department, whereas when I first got started, Chief Seal told us that we hope to have a new building in 3 years, and now it's been 20 years later, and we're just finally doing it. So it's nice to see it come to fruition and get this thing going. So it kind of seems like surreal, like it's even happening, but this is great, a great opportunity for us.
I bet your officers are kind of excited about the prospect of moving into a new facility as well.
Oh, definitely. They're looking forward to it. It's nice to kind of have a modern facility and be able to kind of move around and function a lot better. You've seen the station, and so this is great. Everybody's looking forward to it.
Okay, Brian, thanks very much.
Thank you, Doug.
Okay, now I'm here with Dennis Canario. Dennis was a Portsmouth police officer for about 20 years. He's now a state rep up in Providence, and he's got the police detail here today.
I do.
Dennis, this is exciting stuff.
This is a great day for the town of Portsmouth because we've been living out of the police station that's been outdated for many, many years now, and this improvement is going to just improve the way the police department conducts its day-to-day business, and the public is going to like it. They won't have to wait in a phone booth style waiting room when they come into the police station. So with the technology upgrades and everything, this is a vast improvement for the town.
Thanks, Dennis, and I'd like to say keep up doing that good work you're doing up there in Providence. We need guys like you pushing the envelope.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it.
Okay, thanks. Okay, we're here with Ken Best, the architect from Drummy Roseanne Anderson, who's the lead architect on this project. This is kind of a special day, Ken, and I know you had a lot to do with this. I'd like to ask, is there any specific things that makes police stations different from regular buildings?
Well, probably the biggest thing is that we're dealing with what we call a critical operations facility, and that requires a whole different level of security from most buildings. So we literally have layers of security leading down, if you will, to the detention area, which is the most secure. But the fact that the building has the 911 operations, that whole area is, specially fire rated. All the electricity to that room is in fire rated assemblies. So that's I say the biggest thing is the security levels.
I would think just cramming the technology into these things, because there's an awful lot of technology available.
Absolutely,
these days.
yes, yeah. We have multiple levels of technology, again, everything from door hardware to cameras throughout the building and throughout the site, control of doors in the detention area. So yes, you're absolutely right.
Now, have you designed any other police buildings in the area?
The firm has been involved in the Middletown Police Station and Greenwich as well. We actually merged with the Lawrence Associates, or they merged with us a while back, and so we've been working with them all the way through on this project.
So you guys have some experience then, you're not just coming in.
That's right, we're not just coming in green, no.
All right, well listen, thanks so much for joining us today.
You're very welcome, thank you.
Not at all.
Yeah.
I'm here with Tony Vintatuolo, who's from the ABM Group, and they're essentially the project managers for this facility. Tony, what exactly do you all do, and who do you work for? I guess the town, right?
Well, we're, as OPM's, Owners Project Management, we work for the owner to make sure that the project comes on time and on budget. That's our role. And we kind of view ourselves as orchestra leaders. And, we basically lead the team to make sure that the plans met in accordance with the specs and on time, on budget. And when we have a good team put together, we play some good music and we get good results. So we're very pleased because so far we have a great relationship with the architect, and the town team has been terrific to work with. They've been very helpful and have coordinated their efforts in a very positive manner. And we've worked in the past with Bentley Builders, so we're aware of them. In fact, we completed a project with them right down the street here, the Rhode Island Department of Transportation facility. And that was a $6 million facility that came in on time, on budget, and there was one minor change order for under $50,000 on $6 million. So that's a very good track record. So we're enthused to get going, and we think we have a great team put together, and we can't wait to get this project completed.
Okay, well, we're delighted to have you on board, and I look forward to seeing your guys down here checking everything out as it goes along.
We'll be here.
Okay, thank you, Tony.
Thank you very much.
I have Paul Tierney from the president of Bentley Builders, which is the actual company building this facility for us. Paul, how did you guys feel about getting this contract?
We're thrilled. We couldn't be happier to be awarded this project. I mean, we look at the old police station, which is very small compared to a lot of other towns right now, and with the size of the police station that we're going to be building on this site, it's just, it's incredible, the size difference between that building and this building. It should be a true asset to the town, and I think with our collaboration with the police force over here, they're going to be thrilled to occupy that building.
Yeah, I think so too, knowing what the old one looks like. I don't know if you've gone through it or not, but it's...
Yes, we've had some tours of it, so it's very small. I really don't know how they operate in that building. It's so small. So
well, hopefully this will fix it.
I think it will.
Let me ask you, have you all built any other police stations at all? Or?
Yeah, we have a lot of experience in municipal work within the state of Rhode Island, so we have vast experience with municipal projects in the state of Rhode Island. And we actually just completed a large project right down the street from here, the Rhode Island Department of Transportation on Boyd's Lane, so that just wrapped up a few months ago. So we're happy to be staying in the town of Portsmouth and do some more work over here.
Well, that's great. Do you anticipate any problems or issues doing the work while the police operation continues up here?
No, we've got day-to-day operations of the police force. We've had a lot of meetings to date with the police force. The chief has been fantastic to work with, and all of his officers that work for him. We've got a pretty detailed understanding of how the operation works over there and how we interface with them. So we anticipate a pretty seamless process with them, and I think it should go very smooth.
Sounds great. Thank you so much for joining in this project. We're looking forward to seeing what it looks like at the end.
Look forward to working with you guys and exceeding your expectations.
Okay, hope so.
Thank you.
Now I'm here with Kim Mendonca, who's the state representative for Portsmouth and Middletown, District 72. Ken, this is kind of an exciting day for Portsmouth. What do you think?
Without a doubt, I think it is very exciting to start the groundwork here for a new police station that's well overdue. It's very tight and compact in there, and I think everybody will be happy with a new police station.
I think it's something we need to realize that our population has grown, and we need safety things are a lot more complex these days. I'd like to just say keep doing what you're doing up at the State House because it's appreciated down here.
Well, thank you very much. We're just trying to represent Portsmouth and Middletown and what's in the best interest. And again, when you see the old complex and what the new complex is going to be, again, it's for the protection of the police officers, but also they've just outgrown their space, and people changing in closets and the like. It's just, I mean, it's without a doubt.
It's archaic. We saw that when we did a walkthrough. But thank you very much for taking part of your day to come down here and join us.
I'm very happy to be invited, and it was a great day, and we're looking forward to the construction and the final product.
Now I'm here with Jim Seveny, our state senator. Jim was the president of the town council when I think this project got off the ground. What's your impressions today? It's kind of an exciting day for Portsmouth, Jim.
No, I think it's very exciting. I mean, the existing station was outgrown years ago, and I think the town got way more value than anybody expected from that building. I mean, it's over 40 years old. In fact, my dad, who's been dead for 25 years, was on the building committee when he was on the town council for that building. So it's sort of been in the family, but it's very exciting.
It is, I think, and I hope you're going to come to the housewarming whenever they open up the new facility.
Yeah, I'll come voluntarily or not, but I'll be there.
Okay, Jim. Keep doing what you're doing up there at the State House.
Okay,
buddy.
Thank you.
Okay, we're here today for the start of the construction of the new police facility. We'll be talking to you more about this as time goes on. This is Doug Smith saying thanks for joining us on Portsmouth This Week.